July 10th, 2017, Latrobe City Council meeting. Please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I would ask for a moment of silence to ask for guidance, to give thanks, or to just quietly relax. Thank you. Roll call, Ms. Bach.
Mr. Bartels?
Here.
Mr. Murphy?
Here.
Mrs. Weller?
Here.
Mr. Forge?
Here.
Mr. Baldneri?
Here.
Ms. Beasy? Here. Mayor Wolfson?
Here.
All present.
At this time, I'd ask for approval of the minutes from the June 12th, 2017 Latrobe City Council meeting.
I move the minutes of the June 12, 2017 meeting be approved and accepted, to be permitted to remain on the Secretary's desk, where they will be available for reading and inspection to everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Baldneri. May I have a second, please?
I second the motion.
Thank you, Ms. Weller. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. At this time, I ask for the approval of the fiscal department reports and the paid bills for the month of June 2017.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Murtha. May I have a second?
I'll second that, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Forge. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. At this time, we'll have the citizens' request portion of our council meeting. This is to discuss items that are on the agenda. We'll have another session at the end of the meeting to discuss any other topics on your mind. So is there anyone that would like to speak regarding items that are on the agenda? Going once. Going twice. Okay, moving on. Committee reports. Finance, we don't have anything to discuss. Public safety and public works.
Nothing to report at this time, Madam Mayor.
Personnel. Chief, did we hire the police officer? Last time, yeah. He started? How's that working out?
Good.
Good. Okay. Events committee, what's going on?
I'm working on a banana split.
Okay. I saw I got a notice of another meeting.
What day?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Wednesday.
Parking committee, any updates?
We have nothing right now, ma'am.
Showcase, Julie?
Nothing new.
We just got an email from Judith about the criteria.
Right.
That was it.
Board and authority reports. Skip, anything going on with LMA? I have something, but I'll talk to you after.
Yes.
Park and Rec, I have the Park and Rec June meeting was canceled because we didn't have enough for a quorum, so I don't really have anything to report. Department reports, Mike?
Nothing to report.
Chief Boomar?
You had mentioned that we do have a new hiree, Matthew Reeves. Seems to be doing fine. He started the first of the month. Also, I just want to thank Mike and John and their departments for helping with the 4th. Also, the route that we used this year for the parade, cutting off that one block. It probably was the smoothest 4th of July for traffic-wise, getting people out of town, leaving Main Street open, that I've seen in 33 years, and I would recommend that we stay with that route.
Was it you that told me that Carol liked the route?
I heard that.
She told me today she liked the route. She
Yeah,
said
you know.
she had a lot of compliments out Jefferson Street. Also, the units in the parade didn't have to go one way. Some could go up, some could go down toward the stadium, so it worked really well.
I thought so too, and I'll tell you, I think there were more people here this year than I've ever seen. I was amazed. I thought the bridge would deter some of that, but it didn't seem to. So, it's a part of my mayor's report to
Went
commend
very
you.
smooth.
Good. So I'm thinking we might have found a new route. I think you guys have been asking us to do that for many years.
It also lightens liability. When we make Depot Street 2 ways temporarily, I always worry that someone's gonna come down 981 and not, and like they're used to coming down and hit someone head on. I worry about that every year. And just that liability of that is just a relief.
Well, I know Mike worked, and Chief Brazilian, Boomer, I know everybody worked really hard on that, I know.
Nunzio had a big, Nunzio Santa Colombo had a big hand in it too, him and John
Yes.
Smith, because I was in Haiti the week before. And,
Yeah, we met with, Mike and I met with them when we were trying to talk to PennDOT about the alternative route, so, good. Teamwork, it's amazing. Chief Brazili, is that it, Chief Boomer?
Yes.
Chief Brazili?
It's the same sentiments Chief Boomore said. Everything went really smooth. I didn't get any phone calls. So.
How did things go after the fireworks?
It moved. I mean, it was a steady flow of traffic. We had people out at Avenue D because Jimmy's officers had 982 and Ligonier covered, and then I had Mike Scapora and the guys from 3 up at James and Irving, and he just said pretty much it was a steady flow, and then when they got a break, they would send people up to Lincoln and get them out that way too, that wanted to go back through. But he said it was constant, but there was no real issues.
Did you notice was there the typical amount of people? Did you think there were less people? Or
No, Mike's exact words were, he's never seen that many cars in his life.
That's what I thought when I went through the parade. I'm like, holy cow.
He actually sent me a text message. He says, I never seen so many cars coming out of the Legion Keener area down there.
Well, that's good. That's
So he
good.
did call, and I had number 1 over at the Esposito's, the old corner store in that area, and they kept it moving. So,
That's good.
but we have one more to get through. We still got Steeler Fest on August 4th.
And Banana Split. 2 more.
But yeah,
This is usually the biggest though.
well,
Isn't
it?
I had.
Well, maybe not. Maybe.
This Steeler thing, Mark Mears is kind of, I don't know if you're aware that, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to. He made me aware that ESPN's going to be here for a whole week.
Oh, a whole week.
I don't know
Yeah.
in town here.
Maybe up at St.
to college,
Vincent's,
but
yeah.
and what they're planning on doing is parking the cars down in Legion Keener area again too. Because he's already asked us, fire department, to park cars like we did last year, so. I don't know what to expect. I mean,
Well, we'll handle it. People just have to be patient.
well, I think the only problem we may have is you have a lot of out-of-state people coming in who won't know how to navigate. I mean, the people from the area, I don't think will have much trouble, but,
Yeah.
I mean, we seem to get through it, so we'll see.
It's kind of a good problem to have. I mean, lots of people in your town. I mean, the bridge obviously is not, but the fact that it's not deterring people from going.
Well,
to
I
town.
kind of look at it this way. We got hollered at the 5 mile run because firemen got blamed for the bridge being closed.
Well, darn it, John,
And I said, well, you know what? I said, I'm sorry, but I said, I can't argue with you about things that are out of my total control. So I said, I'll just leave it at that. I was nice and walked away.
Ann, do you have anything? I have a report. Okay, Zach, just the agenda.
All right, first item on the agenda is under Police Department, amending Chapter 256 to approve permit parking for a section of West First Avenue. The resolution is entitled designating a 105-foot portion of the West First Street Avenue as permit parking only. This would apply to West First Avenue from its intersection with Joanne Drive to a point 105 feet to the west, and it would be designated as permit parking only pursuant to the Latrobe Code.
I have a motion to approve the resolution as outlined by the solicitor.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Beasley. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Murtha. Any questions or discussion? Ms. Buck?
This is resolution 2017-23. Mrs. Weller. Yes.
Mr. Baldner.
Yes.
Mr. Murtha.
Yes.
Mr. Forrest.
Yes.
Ms. Beasy.
Yes.
Mr. Bartels.
Yes.
Mayor Wolford.
Yes.
That is 7 yes.
The next item is a resolution entitled Providing Commercial Entities with a Discounted Monthly Permit Parking Rate for the Parking Garage. This resolution would allow for commercial entities to have up to 2 vehicles that could park on the top level of the parking garage at a discounted rate of $25 per month. This discounted rate would be in effect from April 1 through September 30th and would not be in effect during the winter months.
May I have a motion to approve the resolution as outlined by the solicitor?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Portels. May I have a second, please?
I'll second it, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Forrest. Any questions or discussion? Ms. Buck?
This is Resolution 2017-24. Mr. Murtha.
Yes.
Mrs. Weller. Yes. Mr. Baldner.
Yes.
Mr. Bartels.
Yes.
Ms. Beasy.
Yes.
Mr. Forrest.
Yes.
Mayor Wolford.
Yes.
That is 7 yes.
On the planning and development, the next item is entitled Approving the Conditional Use for Homesfield Hope Planned Housing Development on Mary Street. The motion is as follows: to approve Homesfield Hope's application for a conditional use approval pursuant to Latrobe Code Section 166-16D1 for a planned residential development for the Mary Street development, subject to all necessary standards and approvals as required by Section 166-16D1A.
And this is just a motion, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the motion as outlined by the solicitor?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Baldner. May I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Weller. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen and lady.
The next item on the agenda is again under planning and development. This is on the agenda as to authorize a code officer to seek bids for the demolition of structure 2408 Ligonier Street. The motion is as follows: to authorize the code enforcement officer to seek 3 quotations from qualified and responsible bidders for the demolition of a condemned structure located at 2408 Ligonier Street, and to award the contract to the lowest bidder for the immediate demolition of said structure in compliance with the property maintenance code.
May I have a motion, please?
Make that motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
This was not on the item for the agenda, so Ann, you might want to, or Zach, I don't care who it is, somebody might want to explain, unless you guys are all aware of this. Everybody aware of it? Okay, it's a building that's falling down onto an alley, and right now the alley's being blocked, so.
Yeah, the property has been closed off, condemned. The motion is written to ensure that we comply with the contract and bidding requirements of the Latrobe Code.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Moving on to Administration and Finance Department. This is a resolution entitled Approving a Partnership with the Latrobe Community Revitalization Program to request a DCED Multimodal Transportation Fund Program grant to improve the lighting, safety, and aesthetics of downtown Latrobe. This resolution would pledge the city to making an $18,333 contribution towards the project. The project's been outlined to council previously.
Is the motion? Resolution. Okay, may I have a motion to approve the resolution as outlined by the solicitor?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Weller. May I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Beasy. Any questions or discussion? Ms. Buck?
This is Resolution 2017-25. Ms. Beasy.
Yes.
Mrs. Weller. Yes. Mr. Bartels.
Yes.
Mr. Baldner.
Yes.
Mr. Murtha.
Yes.
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mayor Wolford?
Yes.
There's 7 yes.
The next item on the agenda is again an Administration and Finance Department. It's entitled Authorizing the City of Latrobe to retain appraisals services for tax assessment appeal. Specifically, the motion is as follows: to authorize the retention of Jack Lizza and Professional Real Estate Services, along with the Greater Latrobe School District and Westmoreland County, for the appraisal of real property held by Latrobe Specialty Metals and subject to tax assessment appeal under Westmoreland County docket number 5999 of 2015.
At this time, I'd like to recuse myself from this discussion, so I'm going to turn the meeting over to Mr. Baldner.
Okay, can I get a motion for the resolution?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Forrest.
Actually, this item is only a motion, so we can just call for it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I abstain.
Anyone abstain?
I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not, since I recused myself, if I still had to abstain, but I wanted all the bases covered.
That's fine. Mayor Wolford recused because she is employed by that company and did not participate in deliberation.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
Moving on, the last item on the agenda is under Public Works Department. This is a resolution entitled as follows: awarding the 2017 street paving project contract to Victor Paving. This contract was duly bid out and advertised. Victor Paving of Monongahela, Pennsylvania, was the lowest bidder at $99,024.30. Resolution.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the resolution as outlined by the solicitor?
I'll make that motion, Madam Mayor.
May I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Forrest. May I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Martell's questions? Ms. Buck?
This is Resolution 2017-26. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mrs. Weller?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Baldner?
Yes.
Mr. Bartels?
Yes.
Ms. Beasy?
Yes.
Mayor Wolford?
Yes.
There's 7 yes.
Okay, that concludes the items on the agenda. Is there any unfinished business that anyone would like to bring up? Any new business? Oh, go ahead.
Just like to thank Mr. Trunzo for acquiring that money. I think that's the way we should do things going forward, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, thanks, Jack. Yeah, Catherine Mason McKenna Foundation, you know, it's always neat that council and, you know, the business owners and the foundation can get on the same page. So, but thank you all too. So they're generously donating, giving us a grant for $73,667. I don't know how I remember that, but to your $18,333. So thank you all so much. So
Thanks, Jared.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to recognize Jared for that too. Good job, Jared, on that, because that was the deciding factor on the vote.
thanks.
Any new business? Okay, now we have time for our citizens' request portion of the meeting for open items. If anyone has anything they want to talk about at all. Yes.
I'd just like to take the opportunity, I can't believe it, but it's been 5 years since I retired as the director of Huntsville Hub. And
you haven't figured out how that works out.
Yeah. But fortunately, I had someone who worked with us for 25 years, and she's been the director for the last 5 years. And Kristen Zechariah is right here, so I'd like to introduce her since she'll be working very closely in Latrobe over the next couple of years.
Welcome.
I plan on teaching him how to retire.
Pardon me?
I plan on trying to teach him the right way to retire. So I'm teaching him right.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? City manager's report?
Just 2 items. We have been approached by a competitive cable company, as you are aware of, citizens, and we're going to start negotiating with them to allow them to start selling cable within the city. So we're having a firm come in that does that on an ongoing basis. So just to get an FYI, and then secondly, I didn't get a chance to tell the park committee, but we had the garage. Mike had the garage inspected, and there's only minor issues that have to be addressed. So I can give you the detail. I didn't bring any with me.
I'll start to see you Friday.
Yeah. That's it.
Good, it'll be good to have some competition for Comcast in the area.
Yeah, it never hurts to have competition. It's going to, for the city, it doesn't really matter because the fees that we receive are the same, they're just offset. But as far as the residents, it's a big deal.
Mhm.
It's an opportunity for them to have a choice, which is hard to find.
Okay. Under the mayor's report, I just, again, want to reiterate what Chief Boomar said, and our thanks and appreciation to the police department, the fire department, the public works department, the 4th of July committee, everybody that worked very hard to make our 4th of July celebration a success. I can't remember, it's like 47 years or 45 years or something like that, that this event has been going on, and every year it just continues to amaze me how well executed it is, and how organized it is, and that's in large tribute to the folks that I just mentioned. So on behalf of the City Council and all the residents of Latrobe, thank you very much. But as I think we'll have another meeting before our next event, is I think Steelerfest, no we won't. Well, we'll have an agenda prep. Steelerfest is August 3rd, 4th. So, yeah, that'll be another challenge. What?
Friday.
It's a Friday. No. Yeah, it's a Friday. Yeah. So that's all I have. Anyone else have anything for the good of the order? Oh, go ahead.
Chief, do you have any plans to continue the interfaith service for the opioid issue?
It's up to the ministerium. They just wanted somebody to get it started, and I got it started, and I haven't heard too much from the ministerium yet, but they do plan to keep it going. I don't know if it's specifically going to be for the opioids or they're going to do other issues, but I do appreciate everyone that supported me on that and showed up for that. We had seats for 200 and they were all filled, and there was people standing, and it went really well, so I was real happy with that.
And welcome back from Haiti. I'm assuming you had a great trip again, huh?
I'm still recovering from some bites, clatterings, and other insects, but I kind of had to do manual labor this time. It wasn't as fun. I don't get along real well with manual labor.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, then I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. May I have a second, please?
A second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Meeting adjourned.